Hello, hello, hello. Guess what today is? It's some Thursdays, at least the first or third Thursday, because we are here with you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Impact Podcast. We are back. We are back. It feels like it's been some time, but today we're coming back and we're bringing a little bit of NOLA with us. For those of you who do not know, NOLA is New Orleans. So we're going to bring a little New Orleans flavor today. I'm so excited to talk to my ladies about this topic: work hard, play hard, NOLA style. And so we're not even going to take a long time and unpack that. We're just going to jump in and kind of tell you where this conversation has come from because we had the most amazing opportunity to go before the people in New Orleans and present at the National Head Start Association. Just what's today? Just 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Just 2 days
ago.
ago. Just 2 days ago. We are fresh from the plane from New Orleans, and we just wanted to come. What we did was we realized we were going for one thing, we were going for business, but because these ladies and I are I don't know, we just have this energy and we mesh and we're always on the same page. We had so many moments where we were like, you know what, all right, we're hustling, we're about to be productive. We woke up. I know I woke up. Damaris is already downstairs. I smell the coffee. I was awakened at 5 a.m. Coffee, laptop, conversations going, and we just had a phenomenal time. So we just wanted to come before you guys and kind of share our experience because being wives, mothers, business owners, we realize how important it is to have these conversations around work and play. And so I feel like in a matter of 36 hours we mastered it. And
Yes.
so therefore
Yes.
we're coming to share a little bit of our experience. Who wants to start us off with a highlight from our New Orleans presentation at the National Head Start Association?
I don't
Well,
know
I'm gonna
about
say, go
wait.
ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm wearing my New Orleans shirt
That's
today.
it.
Yes. And guess what,
Yes,
guys?
ma'am.
I made gumbo today. I
You
brought
make
New
gumbo.
Orleans today. I came home to make gumbo. One thing I love about New Orleans is their food. Um, so that's my highlight. I mean, we have lots of highlight, but that's my highlight today. I brought New Orleans home with me.
Did you make the beignets as well?
No, I didn't make the beignets yet. I figured I'd make them. That was too much for my kids. They were way too excited to come home from school to a fresh cooked meal, right? So I was very intentional about making sure that it was gumbo. I made fish, I made some salmon. Um,
You
yeah,
showed out. You
I
showed
showed
out.
Let
That's
me
out.
turn
I
my
showed
camera down for my family. Be like, well, where's our New Orleans style food? Let me turn
out.
this down a little bit.
well, my family already know not to even yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, I've been rolling since well, I'm up anyway at 4 a.m., but I've been in the street since 10 a.m. And so when I got home, Paul was in the kitchen making dinner, cutting up some fresh chicken breasts and sauteing. And he was like, I gotta be to work. I gotta leave out of here at 5:30 to go to work. So I just need you to finish what I started. Got you past the baton, baby.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I like it. Let me message my kids and stuff. This is too much.
So my husband and I high fived each other, literally, like, welcome back. And I was like, have a good trip. Because he's on a plane right now to Puerto Rico. I don't know what it was.
You
Yeah.
did
So
say he was. You
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. Even in that though, I think it just made me think about planning and coordinating calendars as well. I think that's
Yeah.
one thing. Not too long ago, my therapist has shared having a conversation about calendars so that we could be on the same page in regards to here is what my next month, 6 months, a year looks like. and being on the same page with that. And so having children, it does take a lot of communication in regards to here's where our plans are and this is what our calendar looks like. So you sharing that made me think of that. You like I'm on the way home and he's on his way out, but
Yeah.
that's okay. And that's it. Just takes communication and schedule syncing.
I mean, we enjoyed 12 hours together and a 5 a.m. coffee.
Yes.
And I had to tell him, I said, I woke up the whole house with coffee.
Literally, that coffee was good.
Yeah, it was so good. And I just was like, so this morning, and I do not do the whole, I have a Keurig machine. So, Keurig don't give you the same aroma
Yeah.
as a fresh, pot of coffee, which, I'm more of between the three of us, I'm more of the grab and go, chick. I'm the grab and go chick. Y'all gets it in, not me so much. I'm grab and go. I'm for the grab and go, absolutely. But nonetheless, but you know what I gotta get y'all? You know that so I told you about the Shady Maple store in Lancaster.
Yes, yes.
So they have cappuccino mix, not like in a packet form. You can get a whole big container of ground cappuccino where you just mix it. So I have that. So I have my Keurig machine. So I put my French vanilla, my French roast, Keurig in the machine, my Starbucks French roast, and I added the cappuccino to it, and voila. Okay.
Voila.
Yeah, that sounds good. Because I do have the. Honestly, now I'm not bougie in that area. I am a Dunkin' Donuts. I do make my coffee in the morning. Dunkin' Donuts is my girl. That's my friend, and I put the little scoops in there, all set. I do want a new one though. If any of you guys have an amazing coffee maker, because I'm going to be.
I do. I have this wonderful coffee maker. I have every coffee machine available to mankind. But I just want to do something. I'm hoping that this morning, and I just need to air this out. I had such a fabulous past few days, and I had said to my husband, I've been on long vacations and didn't enjoy it, but didn't do as much as I did in this short vacation and still enjoyed it. As I woke up this morning thinking of my girls and my coffee, I was like, where's my girls at with their coffee? I was like, and I was hoping that this morning you guys woke up thinking that way and reminiscing of our beautiful past few days together, because it was very, very, very beautiful. I don't even have a better word for it.
Yeah, we definitely can't articulate it. So here's the thing, because you saw my message to you was like the synergy, like we were so in sync, and so for those of you that are listening, like we just really invited you to a conversation. But here's the thing, right people, right communication, right community, and I think that because we really have figured out how things work and the balance of it all. What was beautiful, I'll share this as a highlight. Again, this goes back to right community. So, all of us have spent time together differently. And so, Aaliyah, you've been spending time with me for a few years now. So you kind of know how I function and how I operate. And so having spent a few days with Damaris, in September we was together in Puerto Rico?
October.
October, right? And so, and you and I just really flowed as like, we just flowed the same way. So then for the three of us to come together and that same magic, that same energy was there. Like, I think what's powerful for us and a highlight for me, which may not be unique in other situations, is that we're so comfortable in our own skin that there's such a freedom. There's a freedom where we're not trying to compete. We're not we're so free in each other's presence that we get to just be real women, real moms, real wives, real boss. Like, there's no pretense, there's no agenda, there's no mask.
No.
I think I think over everything, that is the most important highlight for me, that I get to just be like, you get to y'all just get to be real people. We don't have to act like nothing.
Nope. Nope.
So
And we would go in and out, right? Like even with it, we just transitioned so easily into a serious conversation, then laughing, then order something, y'all want something else. Oh, Obiama's yawning, she about to be tired. We're gonna go back for you can get in that. And then it's like, look, we looked over, it's like, oh, she yawning, she's tired.
Yeah, well, that is done.
Because we know, actually, I think I'm the late one, right? These ladies are early risers.
Yeah.
And they go down early. I'm more so. I'm still sticking with my. I'm still sticking with my 6:15 a.m. I don't know if y'all remember months ago, that was my challenge. But they have already been up an hour or two prior to me. So, but we noticed those small things, but those unique things about one another. Respected it, and still like, all right. So we can take a pause, rest a little bit, come back. Because we're going out, we're gonna have a good time. So we did go out. This was funny. we researched right during lunch and work. We worked and had lunch, and we researched a place that we can get some authentic jazz. We wanted to eat and have some live music, and so we looked it up. We were like, awesome. We looked on the social media pages, the website. It was like, this is a good one. Y'all, we get there. First of all, it said the open mic would start at 7 p.m. I mean, we didn't get to get Obiama's nap because we had to go. We get there at 7 o'clock. What was it?
Birds were chirping
at one table. That was it.
Birds were chirping. And y'all, I just need to add this to this, just in case Aaliyah forgets. The drinks taste like gas. Gasoline.
So bad. So bad. So, and it's empty. So we're like, okay. So we asked, and she's like, no, it starts at 8 p.m. We're like, okay, cool. During that time, we totally planned out. Did we plan out the whole year? We planned out.
Yes.
We got some
1
stuff.
hour, guys. 1 hour.
1 hour. Killed it. I'm talking phones out, calendars, whole year planned out in that hour because we're waiting for open mic.
With some content. And recreated some content.
Oh, good stuff.
Good stuff. Yes.
Good stuff. We utilize that hour. 8 o'clock comes. It might have been like 3-4 more people. Now if I could be transparent, it's starting to give a roundaway bar at this point. It was getting weird. And we were like, you know what? Okay. All right. So we, again, 8 p.m. It's still not starting. Still didn't start. And I think she came on stage and was like, okay, anybody want to sing or play the instrument? We're like, oh, so we're the entertainment. We were like, all right. So we went back into planning where we're going to go next. And we did have another spot in mind. So we call an Uber, we get in the Uber. And this was the first Uber driver who was a native of New Orleans. So Obiama, you were like, excuse me.
Right. right. I was like, where do you go? Because I was like, wait a minute. He's like, I don't know about that place y'all going to. That ain't the place I go to. I said, take us to the hood. Take us where you go.
Frenchman Street. He was like Frenchman Street. Because this is the funny part too, y'all. He was like, oh no, where y'all were, those are like the old people.
Yeah.
We were like, no.
We're not old. We don't belong there. Hurry up.
Not it. So he took us to Frenchman Street and walked in the door. Energy immediately amazing. It was exactly what we were looking for. Live music. At first they said no food, and then we literally got like VIP seats right in the front.
Yes.
Huge space. And it was like we literally got to, and that was our final night. It was our final night. So we definitely wanted to get outside and have a good time. And we did that. And it was, we got some dancing in.
Yes, got some dancing. Well, I got the dancing. Y'all ain't do no dancing. Maybe
I
y'all
you
did
did
some
at the table.
I did the dancing. I danced.
At the table.
I
at
danced.
the table.
We didn't come down to the dance floor like our brother said. He said, "Who's coming?" He
I
counted
came
10.
to the dance floor. I got.
Oh, Drama did go out. We were hungry. That's why we didn't go
We were.
dancing. We can't
So
dance.
we went out and got something to eat. We did. But yeah, that was that we had a really good time. We had a really good time out there. But I definitely don't want to skip over the main reason we went down there and how that went, like unpacking the presentation
Oh my gosh.
that we gave.
I'm gonna let y'all start because that
All
was
right.
a lot. Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Number one, right people, right place, right community, right? That again, number one, again, our synergy is off the chain because for this to be our first time presenting together in that type of format, I also want to say, we've spent a year together though teaching the leadership cohort fellowship, so we was already accustomed to sharing space and that type of thing, but that was on Zoom.
Yes.
This was a whole conference with people that was from literally all over the globe. Literally, it had to be every bit of 70-80 people in that room. That room was packed and the diversity was amazing.
Actually, I looked outside. The capacity was 100, and there was people standing outside.
Yeah,
There was,
we had standing room only, y'all. So it was, but the diversity. I mean, we had people from Australia, New Zealand, New Mexico, Wyoming, Tech, like you name it, they was in the room.
Yeah.
That was in the room. That was amazing.
Texas. Yeah, New Mexico, California, Oklahoma. I'm looking at the survey fever. Oregon, Washington State, Florida, Connecticut, North Carolina, everywhere.
I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it was. So that right there was just like everything. And listen, y'all, so our presentation was at what, 1:30, 1:45? I think it was like at 1:45. And so like at 1:40, the room was not filled. It was like 25% filled. So we wasn't sure, but I was like, y'all, they coming in from lunch. Let's give it a second. And then 1:50, the room filled up. We're in our icebreaker, and people are still trying to come in. I think people were still coming in up until 2:00.
Here's the beautiful thing. We surveyed also not only the regions where everyone was from, but the jobs that everyone had there, right? So what were their positions? So many regional managers in the house, so many fiscals, so many, folks. There was a lot of directors and a lot of leadership in that room.
Yes.
And there were some folks there that were like advocates and family advocates and so on and so forth. I did notice there was not one teacher in that room.
No.
Nope.
No.
Because we actually called that group out. Any teachers? Because we did group them up to have some conversations. There weren't any teachers. They were all leaders. They were all leaders of some sort. Yeah.
All leaders and administrators. So that was amazing. And then again, I just have to go back to the beautiful transitions, right? The beautiful transitions. And again, the non-competitiveness and the energy that we have, like we so trust each other. We so trust each other, which is such a beautiful thing because we all have our strengths. And it's like, it's such an unspoken thing that we do when we're together, where there's no, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Like, we just do it. We just.
Yeah, the synergy is amazing.
It's amazing. We just, yeah.
You know what I find, I think I said this when we were preparing to have the Impact Summit, right? There's this moment where I don't know if you guys can relate, even you guys watching. There's this moment where I can get into my head and make myself nervous. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Well, who's going to be in the room? Who like, and just like that, I know that because I'm with these ladies, I'm good. Like I have no reason. I have no reason because whatever may happen, I already know they got my back. And wherever I may even think I might forget or whatever the case may be, I already know they're going to pick me up. And I think when we are creating our communities, because that's the thing, is that we have the freedom to do that, right? Like, I'm not going to be in any toxic environments. I'm not going to be around people who are draining. I'm just not. And so when you create your community, make sure that it is one that you can literally trust. You know, back in the day, they would have the trust game or whatever. It's like close your eyes and fall back and see. I already know. I don't even have to close my eyes. I already know. And so I can't even say it was a couple of seconds where I just was like, oh my goodness, it's about to start. But then it was like, well, let's go. Because I know that it's going to be a phenomenal moment. And it was. And as soon as it started, Damaris and I laughed because we already know Obiama's going to open it up. That's her thing. Like, and I was like, Damaris, isn't it funny, right? Because I know I'm not opening up. We already know that is Obiama's gift, that she going to warm the room up. And then we jump and do our thing, that she's going to bring it back together. Very much like you guys see on the podcast thing, right? Because we know that she has that gift, and then we jump in where we fit in, and everyone feels full, right? Like, I never feel like my light was not able to shine. If anything, I feel like it shines more and more the more we get together, because I'm so safe in this space that I have the room to grow. I have the room to grow, even with two strong bosses next to me, right? And I know sometimes the narrative with women can be, women are catty. See, because no, that's the wrong community you're in, is what that is. And so, if I could say one thing, is no matter what your personality type is, you can have a space where you're safe with other women, and you can still grow, and your light can shine. And even when it's a day where I'm just not feeling, because we have days where it's like, nope, not today. I had a little airport moment. They was messing with your girl, okay? Like, I carry the same bag. Like, why are you doing this to me, right? And they were quietly on the side, just waiting, right? Just having my back on the side while they like try to mess with me about my little bag that I'm trying to carry on. And it was nice. I didn't even know you guys were standing there. So I thought y'all got on the plane. So I look up and I'm like, there's my girls. And I'm just like, really? What are y'all doing? But that's, listen, I got back to
We were in the sideline room waiting because I know Obiama flipped already. Like, she went from 0 to 100 very silently, and she was like, "What they doing? And why are they stopping?" Ah! And I was quietly, and I was just looking like, "Okay, we're gonna have to flip out." I'm already thinking we're gonna go to jail in NOLA. Right?
because
Locked up in the airport. Somebody who's gonna act stupid with Aaliyah, right?
come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all see the airport stories. Like, sometimes the airport stuff can go crazy, but it's like, ma'am.
She
Yeah.
really was doing too much, though.
Yeah,
She
she really
really
was.
was. She was doing too much for no reason.
But the
Like,
beautiful part is that, yeah, not only that, you're absolutely right, Leah. Community is everything, right? So I'm used to traveling, and most of the times, if I'm not with my husband, I'm traveling by myself, right? I'm a loner driver, right? So that loner traveler syndrome is I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that. And I couldn't do that, y'all, by myself this week. I was like, I'm going to go get water across the street. They're like, all three of them, both of them would come. So it's like we're
Yeah.
together, and that's what it is. So it's very safe, and it's pretty cool. Um, yeah, especially when you feel so independent, right? And you do things so independently. And I don't have sisters, so I don't know if you guys, do you have sisters? I
I
never.
no.
Yeah,
I
you have a sister, so I don't know what it is to have, a sister, right?
Yeah.
Um, a blood sister, but I know what it is to have sisters,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You understand? Because I can call you at any time. Leah be like, Leah, I need you to take me off get me off this, this hill. Or Obiama, I have this really crazy thought that came in my mind. You know what I mean? So I have people to kind of confide with, and
Yes.
being with you guys over in NOLA really, really put that together for me. Right? It was such a great. I was heavy before I went there. I explained to you guys going through some personal things with my own children, with the businesses and everything. I was not in a good space. But damn, I NOLA and being in the presence of you guys and the uplift,
Yes.
the moment to uplift, gave me life again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes.
girl, I could tell because by the time it was time for leave, you was glowing. I
What
was
walking
like,
through the airport
yes,
just a
I
quick
ate. I was
yes,
eating.
and you ate
did.
Yeah,
well.
I haven't been eating for the past few weeks.
He did.
Yeah. And I just went in there, got a little broth, and yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. That was a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah, and then look, and so Obiama had her moments on too, because it was like, um, you needed the broth, and Obiama was like, it don't matter if they don't have it or not. Let me tell you what they can do. Excuse me, I got it. And she's like, because they have all the ingredients to make it. You could get it. Hold on, I got it. Hold on one second. And then, dude, we ran into the this was so funny, y'all. Like we ran into the casino real fast, right? I had to call my mom because that's her thing. My mom was so excited for me, wasn't even there. She's like, "You playing? I don't know how to play." I was willing to just pay 20. I just was gonna play $20. I was like, I'm just gonna play it. I can lose it and go.
Yeah, don't go to the casino with Obiama. Just don't go with Obiama.
Obiama would not let me play the full 20. She was like, no, we don't take losses. We don't take losses. If you get back up to $10, we cashing out. We're cashing out. Yo, I was playing like what 5 cents. Then I went up. Then I went up to 40 cent, and you was like, nah.
I disappeared. I ghosted them. I was like, yep, I'm out.
She did. Obiama would not let me lose. Okay, she thought, nope, get your ticket. Get your ticket. We're not losing. And I was like, all right, we're not losing. Get somebody not going to let you lose. All right. Don't go into the casino with Obiama if you just want to play. She was like, we ain't playing.
No.
We don't take losses. I was like, okay.
Y'all couldn't even find me at one point. I was like,
I told her, I said she hid. We're gonna go to the restroom. We came back.
Yes, she kept hiding from us. She kept hiding from us, but
I'm
she
putting cards
didn't
over
lose
me.
either.
Wait,
She
she's
didn't.
like, Obiama says, oh, you're winning, what was it, $70? Is that on top of whatever you put in? Now
She was
she's
still on profit.
calculating in her head, y'all. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
She was still on profit. Literally, she was like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I just want to play. No, no. It was
It was fun. So
so funny.
I
Oh
want
my
to bring it back I want to bring it back a little bit to the presentation,
God.
right? And all of what we've learned and was talking with each other. So although, and I want to highlight so many different cities in the room, right? So many different people from different places, different, positions. Everyone shared the same thing, right? The staffing shortages, right? So, obviously everyone was going through staffing shortages and challenges in recruitment and probably retention strategies. And a lot of that, what we shared was very surprising to me with so many big cities that it was new.
Yep. Yep.
And they were soaking it up. So yeah, just so you know, the presentation was only 60 minutes. The 60 minutes was up and people were still in the room. Usually when you go to presentations and you go to, to some sessions, 60 minutes, you're looking at the time, right? Like, 55 minutes is like taking forever and y'all want to get out. These people, I was afraid, like, okay, they're going to leave, right? No, everybody just stayed still. It was just like soaking up, all the information. And, it was a little overwhelming for those of you that know me. I get overwhelmed when I'm like too many people around me. So at the end, when everybody just like came up to the front to talk to us. That was a little overwhelming for me, but I took it. So you guys should be very proud of me. I spoke to a few people, but it was pretty amazing.
It
It was
was.
amazing. Yeah.
It
That
was.
was a really good experience.
Agreed. And I think too, going back to right the diversity in the room, like we didn't ask. I would love to do that next time, right? To kind of get a sense of how many years everyone had been um, in early childhood education, but everyone seemed so seasoned. But
Yeah.
there was not this feeling of competition. I know everything. There was not an ounce of arrogance in that room. Everyone
No.
came to learn, and so we had break off, like breakout group, not breakout, but we huddled them by their titles, if you will, just to start having some conversation. And it was so rich in conversation, and everyone was sharing their different strategies around staff recruitment and retention. And I'm looking back now at because we did do a survey, and I'm looking at just one person from New York who was a director, and we just share with you guys the synergy and how each of us just kind of bring our own flavor. What you see on this podcast is what you get in real life. We are authentically who we are, and so the feedback was all three ladies gave important nuggets. 5 steps. A confused mind won't choose one voice, and know the new generation. And so all of this feedback was just basically saying, bringing back the knowledge that was learned. And what I think is so amazing is we didn't fluff anything. We shared strategies that we actually use. They weren't, we didn't give not one expensive strategy. We didn't say go out and buy this. None of it was real authentic in the conversation. And like Tamara said, afterwards they came up and really a wanted more connection, more conversation. And the one guy, New York as well. I think they were New York, and his CEO was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. New
We
York.
plan to bring them before you on the podcast because this whole platform and even what we do is not about right hogging, or it's not about us glorifying ourselves. It is really making these connections, right? Real conversation, real people, and real resources. And that's really what we took there. And having that conversation with the gentleman about some amazing ideas they had, we're like, we want to bring that back to the people as well, so that they could share what they're doing in other states. All in all, we are all experiencing the same struggles, the same barriers, the same concerns. And so the more we come together and have these conversations and be united so that we can all advocate with one voice, that is how we elevate the industry. And I think that was a major takeaway for me.
That advocacy component was definitely the hitter at the end, where everyone was talking. There was a gentleman in the backyard that reminded me of my dad. Obiama was in back of the room, and I looked at him. I was in the front of the room with Aaliyah, and this gentleman was just drawing like I just needed to go and stand next to him. And so I asked Sophie, I'm going to go in the front. And I go in the back and I start talking to him. And I guess everybody was shushing me because we were too loud in the back, I guess, for the whole entire room. But um, he was just so amazing. And we started talking about he's like, look at the room. Everybody's ready to exit, right? Where is the youth in here? We have to really, you know, talk about and look for strategies to grow our people. And I think that's why I was drawn to him because, I'm really big on growing teachers, right? And investing in teachers and building a pipeline. And we're talking about building this pipeline. And one interesting thing that he said, that is not the first time I've heard it. We've said it 20,000 times. We have to bring these CDA coursework back into high schools. We have to give these trades back into high school. We have to build. So, it's interesting that so many people from so many different states are thinking the same way. So one of the things that we did say is that we have to advocate together and speak the same language.
Yes.
So, our session was beautiful because we talked about strategies, we talked about innovation, we talked about so many things. And at the end, advocacy and having that united voice, right, to make those changes.
Yep.
Yeah, It was very beautiful.
It was. It was. I
So,
love
with that being said,
love
for
it.
those of you who are listening and you are considering, what can you do to improve your own staff recruitment strategies and retention and all those things, we are available for hire. We are available for hire. Not only that, we are also available for your next leadership development session with your staff. If you are like, what can we do to increase the morale of our staff? What can we do to improve overall, operations of our staff? What can we do? Another thing that was a hot thing was the bonus and the incentives. And so you guys gave a lot of great strategies on how to incentivize your people without it costing you any additional funds, without it being a strain on a budget. And so for those of you who are listening and you are feeling like I am stuck, I am stressed out, you might be feeling like you can't compete and there's a program on this corner or there's a program down the street. And here's the truth of the matter: you really don't have to compete. You just really need to be a superstar in your own pond. That's it. You just need to be a superstar in your own pond. And I know that that might sound easy. That's why we're saying we are available as consultants, as coaches. We are available. You don't have to do this alone. As you can see, we're not doing it alone. We're doing it in community. We support each other. And that is the difference that we bring for each other, but also that we offer to the community. Because here's the thing, as we said it before, we are stronger together, and together we are stronger. There's no little I's and big U's. You don't know what you don't know. You can't see your blind spot, nor do you always see what's in the rearview mirror because of the distractions and the foolery that be happening on a level that prevents you from being able to have two different viewpoints when you're looking at your business. You have the microscopic viewpoint, and then you have the magnifying glass, right? So each viewpoint gives you a different lens, but you really need outside people who can look at big picture your organization and say, okay, I can see the holes and this is what you can do to fill the holes. But when you're in the trenches in the day to day, you don't always see the holes. You don't
Oh, that's
always see, yeah, you don't always see, what's bleeding you.
it's interesting you say that. I've been, and there's something on my, I had called you and said, okay, there's some transitions happening in my center, and I'm seeing one of my directors, maybe two, really struggling, and they will be struggling because I don't think, I have this mindset of not looking at things that's right in front of me, but what it's going to cause in the future, right? So I'm always thinking about what's the 3 day outcome, what's the 5 day outcome, what's the couple weeks outcome, what's the couple of months outcome, right? And I know that if I didn't provide and plug in some coaching, right, and invested in coaching for my leadership team, they were going to drown, right? Because as much support as one wants to give, right, as an executive director, as the CEO, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes they need an outside person to be able to connect to in a whole different level, right? And because I know my place and I know that my investment, right, is going to be a good investment for the organization in its whole, right? And that's part of retention, right? You have to be able and willing to invest in your leadership team. A lot of people, I bumped into this woman and I told her what I do for my leadership team and my teachers, and how much money I spend, like, in coaching and blah blah blah. And she says, aren't you afraid that they're going to leave? And I said, nobody's born to be with anyone. Everybody's born free, right? So if I invest in a person, it's because I'm investing in a person, right? And if it's if it definitely it's gonna benefit the organization. But even if that person leaves tomorrow, is benefiting the children and families that person's going to serve. So I met my goal, right? I'm true to my core values. The problem with people that think that way is that they don't have core values in place.
Yeah, there's definitely a lack of clarity a lot of times when you
Yes.
are clear about who you are, where you're going. Um, and that's what coaches support as well. It's providing greater clarity, right? Like Obiama mentioned too, right? Like the blind spots and things like that. When you're in it, you're in it. You can't see, right? That peripheral and then back, right? That's why we have all the mirrors and stuff in the car to help you see from different angles. Um, and a lot of times that's what a coach does. I'm the same. Listen, couple coaches to help in different areas, but it strengthens me though, right? Because I can be in my own head, but when you have someone else who's stronger in this other area, get your investment back, right? What they say, I'm gonna tell you what popped into my head. Is that a song? Scared money don't make no money. Okay,
That
and then
part, yep. Scare money makes no money.
I'm just, but even outside of that, like all yes, right? We're in business, and in order for us to thrive in our businesses, we need money. But it's not all about money,
I
right?
rather,
I'm
I
trying to
rather,
grow.
I rather lose. Listen, I rather use that money, not lose that money, because if I'm not losing it, I rather use that money on coaching than lose it on retaining recruiting staff,
Listen,
because that's part
listen.
of
And the wrong
retention.
one, the wrong one. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
How much money? Think
mm,
about it. Think about it. Right. Anybody listening on this call, if they've done recruitment, they probably done like Indeed or Jazz HR or one of those really expensive and nothing organizations, right? That's really no good for you, because all you hear in the childcare space is, I spent all this money and probably got two people for an interview and they never showed up, right?
yep,
So so that's all money lost, right?
yep,
But here's the thing. I will invest that money in a coach to come in, right? That person that I'm coaching feels empowered and will bring the second person to come work for me.
absolutely.
And we'll talk about the organization and how we support them, how
Yep.
we are different, how we're invested, right? And let me tell you, y'all, some of this coaching has nothing to do with childcare.
No,
Personal growth,
I don't want
mental
it to be
health.
just about
Yeah,
child.
it's meeting the staff. And I said that, I think I said this during our presentation. We meet children where they at. We are trained as educators to meet children where they at, right? And to build them. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
People
Yep.
forget that we have to also meet adults where they at, our teachers, our staff where they at, and help build them. That's the part they forget. And if
Absolutely.
you're not willing to do that, then you're going to continue to have staffing shortages
Yep.
and turnovers.
Yeah,
That
another
part
another
right
thing to
there.
make me think about like the return on investment too is right investing in the coach that levels you up as a leader. I come back a stronger and better leader to my staff. I pour into them, and then because they are so full and they're so connected to this vision and the work that we do, they can't wait to tell someone else about how amazing of a workplace it is. They're automatically becoming my best advertisers. Like I'm literally having so many staff coming with people who want to work. I don't have any positions. I don't have any. They can send their resume in. That's me. Like they can send the resume. I don't have any more positions, but I'm still getting. Um, I got 2 emails yesterday, but they're emailing. It's not through Indeed or anything, and they're like, "Do you have any positions available?" Directly to my center, because the more that I improve, I can help up level my staff, and then they're just happier individuals. I'm not a slave master just trying to make them better for me. I just want them to be better. And I wasn't there the few days. One of my staff, I'm like, that's my love. She was like, finally, you're back. It's the energy. Like, where have you been? I've been waiting for. I was like, it's only been a couple of days. I know. But then I had to hug her. I'm not even a hugger. That one, I got to hug her and everything. But those are my people. Those are my people. And so now I'm coming back all full. So how was it? And I got to tell them all about the trip, and they really care. But these are my people, and because they have that experience. They want to share that with other people that they care about or they want to give an opportunity to. Then I don't have to spend that money on Indeed. Like
Yeah.
the mayor said, I'll have mine on auto. I had mine on auto like pay. It was like $6.50 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And even more if you put some plugins. Yeah. Today, I received a resignation. So maybe I could, maybe some people can relate to this. And it was a very long email, and how how grateful this person was, to the opportunity to be working with us. And this person is actually looking to expand to another field. Um, and I was looking at the last date of employment, and this person actually gave a month, a month notice, y'all, a month notice, not 2 weeks, not a week, not hey, Friday's my last day, right? A month notice, offered to support us in rehiring and training. That's the type of people. And I'm not angry. I'm excited for this person. I'm excited to see this person strive and build and do new things, right? I'm excited for this person. Um, but I'm also very grateful that that person decided to think about the organization and provide a month. Who does that? That's when you know you're doing something good.
Absolutely. That's called a return on your investment. That is also evidence of the investment that you make in coaching, in building community, in investing in your people, and also creating a space where everybody feel like they belong. They are seen, they are heard, and they are supported. And so I'm going to wrap this up by saying, for those of you who have been listening to us, first and foremost, we want to say thank you. Like, we're coming. This is our almost end of the year. We have one more show before we are done. And what a year it has been. We have so enjoyed not just only our guests, but those of you who have said, we watch you even though you don't comment. It's all right. We ain't mad about it. But when you see us in person, you say, you know what you guys talk about really impact what we're doing, and we're not even in the same industry as you all. Keep doing what you're doing, because those conversations are necessary. So we want to say just a heartfelt thank you, right? Whether you ever comment or like or whatever, we see that we are able to make an impact. And we just want to say thank you. More is to come. And remember, reach out. Like, we're stronger together, and we really are here to support you because we are real people.
Yes, and
Real conversation.
we have we have a really impactful year coming ahead. Lots of goodies, lots of nuggets coming.
Yes. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. Till next time. Peace, y'all.
Next time. See you
Bye.
guys.